Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Micah, starting this off, chapter 1. Micah, it says, the word of the Lord comes to him. Now, the town that he's from is mentioned to identify him as part of the southern kingdom of Judah. One of the things to note is that Micah is mentioned by the prophet Jeremiah. So that although Micah's book is relatively short, we call him part of the minor prophets, doesn't mean he was minor. The fact that Jeremiah mentioned him tells us that he must have had a significant ministry because he is preaching and prophesying during the reigns of 3 kings in Judah. Now, he tells the folks, you better listen up. Because the sovereign Lord is speaking. He's got a word against you, a witness against you, and he's giving this from his seat of judgment in the holy temple. Goes on, verse 3. Listen, now he's saying, look, look, the Lord is coming down. It's like, a parent who gets up out of their seat, right, to scold a child. You better wake up. And he says that the mountains will melt like wax before the Lord. If the mountains are melting, what are human beings going to do? The Lord is determined to reduce to nothing the politicians and power brokers who think that they're immune, right, from being held accountable. And just like water that cannot be stopped, it's unstoppable, it's going to flood them and sweep them away. All that they think that's going to endure forever is going to be gone because the wrath of God is coming against those who disregard and who despise God's word. He goes on, verse 5, and he says, the cause of your transgressions is that you hold yourselves out to be such great people. You're nice people, good-hearted people, but you despise me. And he dares to accuse these people. He says, you swear by what you've done in Samaria. You swear by your high place in Judah about how wonderful you are. And they're careful to do the law, but they're not careful to obey and to be in relationship with God. So he says, I'm going to turn it all into a heap of rubble. And all of her idols, her temple gifts, all her sacred images are going to be torn down. And these things that have been built up because of their idolatry, because of their prostitution and following other gods, they're going to be stripped of them by the very same idols, prostitution that they follow in. Now we get to verse 8. God weeps because he has poured his heart into these people that he has freed from slavery, made his own priesthood, right? And he says, I weep and I'm just stripped of, because I moan like an owl. Their plague is incurable. The only way to solve this problem is for the wrath of God to correct them. And so he talks about all these different places. No place is immune from this sin that has infested both the northern kingdom of Israel, but the kingdom of Judah, which held itself to be more sacred, more righteous than the Israelites. And so we get down to verse 15. I will bring a conqueror against you. Means saying, here comes the enemy. And you better get ready and just get ready to go into lament. Shave your head. Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.